Hey, what's going on, people? Um, so I'm noticing that some people just don't realize certain things about the reality of life right now. They literally just don't know very important things, and when they find them out, they're really shocked. I mean, I was just talking to some two people about, well, this one person about the Pope and human leather and papal bulls, human skin, this stuff here. They kill children, peel it off, and write their papal decrees. They call them papal bulls, right? So they take the skin of children after they've murdered them, and then they write their papal decrees. Yes, Catholics keep believing in the Pope. Those of you that do. You're in a dicey spot, Catholics. It's true. The Pope did uh, whatever he did to help the church, and at the same time he was having sex with the nuns, taking the babies, farming the babies, growing them up, get them big enough. You have to have enough skin to write a papal bull. So who knows? Maybe he uh, screwed one of the nuns, didn't let her throw the baby away, and then once the child was old enough, it's time for it to die, so that the Pope can issue a decree on one of his papal bulls. See how this works? Yes, Catholics have been lied to as well. You're no different from any of the rest of us. Now, let me see here. Yes. All right. Now, another thing that some people just don't realize about the world is that John McCain is dead. And here we have an article from Finansavisen. Finansavisen. Never been to this site before. Debate forum. I'm using Yandex because Google is full of crap. On 30/09/2018, Russian time, whatever this is, KL 2334. 58,700 people have apparently seen this article, and it is by Kyle Mantila. Okay, September 17th, 2018. There goes that 17 again. Mark Taylor, the so-called firefighter prophet and radical conspiracy theorist, God, about whom Liberty University is making a movie, appeared on The Sharpening Report last week when he declared that late Senator John McCain had not died of brain cancer. I remember they found cancer in his brain, but had actually been executed by a military tribunal. Yes. John McStern. John McStain. Taylor also claimed that the deep state opposes Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation to the Supreme Court. To the Supreme Court. Oh, yes. Because they know that he will support President Trump's use of military tribunals against the likes of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. We both know that John McCain was executed under military tribunals, Taylor told the host, which is another reason why Judge Kavanaugh, they're screaming so loud. They're trying to disguise it that it's abortion that they're worried about. That's not what they're worried about. They want a solid 5-4 vote for military tribunals. It's the military tribunals they're worried about because they know it's going to cost them lives and they're going to be executed. Taylor went on to cite a recent clip of Ohio. Oh, today is a juicy day. Oh, I can and since now it's a juicy day. Taylor went on to cite a recent clip of Ohio Governor John Kasich misspeaking by saying that McCain had been put to death, when he obviously meant put to rest. He was put to death. He's a stain on this country. He was a stain on this country. For those of you who are not low information voters, you will know that John McStain was a shame to our nation. He was a Muslim. He was in our government, making him a foreign agent. Right? He was on our soil. He believed in the murdering, raping, marauding, Abraham-like version, Arab version of Abraham. The wandering marauder. Okay, so had been put to rest as proof that McCain had been executed by military tribunal. When you watched John McCain's funeral and you saw the entire cabal right there in one spot, Taylor said, these people weren't smiling. They knew John McCain was a prophetic marker in time, and we have moved from judgment to justice is now being, and a marker in time that we have moved from judgment to justice is now being served. Period. And they know it. And they know that if they don't do something to stop this, they're next. John McCain was the number 3 guy. You've got Barack Obama being number 1. Hillary Clinton being number 2. And John McCain being number 3. So, if they can take down the head of ISIS, John McCain, the number 3 guy out of all of this, they know they're next. That's why they're scared to death. That's why they're screaming in the streets with Antifa. And then there's a bunch of other comments under here. Okay, so we're going to read this one here. Burger. Major Burger. Holy shit. Oh, and of course, it's the video is unavailable. Ha! Kasich. McCain was put to death. Kavanaugh goes on record acknowledging military tribunals. Look at that. Look at that. Bingo. Now watch what happens. Commies on YouTube. Oh shit. Deep state panic. Arrested military tribunals around the corner. Which means our freedom. Robert David Steele highlights that Senator John McCain was executed. Brett Kavanaugh is being taken down by the Democrats because they know the Democrats fear the coming arrests and military tribunals. Lindsey Graham, we, the United States, are in a total state of war. Democrats completely violate. Oh, this is a comment. It's a long comment. Wow. Mark Taylor, I got news for the Democrats. There's more coming. Somebody speaking in Swedish? Is that Swedish? Definitely some Scandinavian languages in here. A lot of Scandinavian speakers. Yes. But yes. John McStain is dead. Oh, Lord. Let's see this one here. I'll play a YouTube video. Let's see, Ooh. Oh, yes, I did see this one before. And this is exactly how I feel about it. Yeah. John McStain. McStain is dead. Ah, he died a traitor's death. And that, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention, Democrats, is how the cookie crumbles. Yes. I know I'm a little expressive today because some people just don't understand. Let's read this. 5 times John McCain clashed with Trump, so that you Democrats can learn what not to do in future as we peacefully transition to another 4 years. Yes. Now, it's the BBC, so you're going to have to bear with the disgusting misuse of adjectives. While John McCain and President Donald Trump were in the same party, their rivalry was bitter. That's because John McStain was a useless rhino, utterly devoted to being useless to the American people. He was a Muslim. They have a mandate to destroy any non-Muslim country. So that mother effer had to go. Now, the Vietnam War hero was one of the most outspoken. Yeah, the war that we didn't need. Yeah, we didn't need John McStain. We didn't need the Vietnam War. Who cares? Like, was one of the most outspoken Republican critics of Mr. Trump. It's President Trump to you, you stupid fucking big, you know, people of you with a dirty mind. Up your ass, McCain. Well, no, you can't even do that because you're now fucking the dirt. With your whole body. Was one of the most outspoken Republican rhino critics of Mr. Trump from the very start of his candidacy. Mr. Trump, meanwhile, was infamously questioned his heroism for being captured in the Vietnam War. The key moments in John McStain's life. Let me shed a tear for the disgusting stain on our country. For the mole in our military. In our country. Let me shed a non-salty tear. A freshwater tear, if you please. Donald J. Trump. My deepest sympathies and respect go out to the family of Senator John McCain. Our hearts and prayers are with you. See, sometimes Trump has to say things. He says them sarcastically. The message was in contrast to glowing tributes from his predecessors, Barack Obama and George W. Bush Light. Trump fired up the crazies. In the summer of 2015, Donald Trump launched his bid to the Republican Party's presidential nominee with an attack on Mexican immigrants. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some I assume are good people. He said to a widespread condemnation at the time. Widespread condemnation. Take your fake news ass the fuck out of here. I'm doing you a courtesy by reading your garbage article, BBC. The first campaign outing was also when Mr. Trump brought up his plan to build a wall on the U.S. southern border. Like he was hired to do. Yes, he was hired for this. I'm sorry, liberals. Are you triggered? Well, guess what? It's too bad. Too bad. Now, John McCain swiftly denounced the businessman's attacks on immigrants, accusing him of firing up the crazies with his views. McCain, not a war hero. While the senator may have been, it's going to get nauseating after this. I can feel it. While the senator may have, you better pay me for this. This, you better appreciate this shit, man. Times are hard. I'm gonna put my Cash App link in the bottom. Less than a month after his Mexican immigrant speech. Oh, wait. While the senator may have been the first to fire Mr. Trump, was President Trump. was swift to respond. Less than a month after his Mexican immigrant speech, the reality TV star said at a campaign event in Iowa that McCain was not a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. He said, I like people that weren't captured. Yeah, that's his opinion. I don't like people that were captured either. I mean, if you're a good soldier, or you're like Pastor Bronson, you know. But John McStain, no, there's no love for John McStain. He's fucking the earth right now with his whole body. He's been fucking it for a while, and he'll be fucking it for the rest of time. Mr. McCain was held and repeatedly tortured for 5.5 years after his plane was shot down in the Vietnam War. Whatever, man. This is a picture of him. Was Mr. McCain, John McStain, was shot down by the Vietnamese in 1967 and spent years in a prison enduring torture for a war we didn't need to fight. Look at John McStain right there. Why couldn't he have just bit the bullet right there? Mr. Trump's nomination rivals condemned his attacks, and he eventually wrote his comments back, although he did not apologize. Oh, I can feel the liberal tears flowing strongly. And Mr. McCain did not seek an apology for himself, rather that Mr. Trump apologized to the families of those who have sacrificed in conflict. And McCain, you were out of touch as all hell. Why is this light so crappy right now? Oh, don't blind my viewers, please. Jesus Christ. Oh God, I can't find a good angle. F. I want to blind everybody. All right. That's a little better. But the Vietnam War veteran did respond in a veiled attack, years after criticizing those wealthy enough to avoid service in the conflict by finding doctors that would say they had a bone spur. Yeah, he's talking about Trump. Eat shit. Trump went to military academy. Eat shit. President Trump had received 5 military deferments excusing him from duty in Vietnam during the 1960s for a useless war. 4 for academic reasons, and 1 for bone spurs, or calcium buildup in the heels. Oh, the salt. Trump has no excuses. Once Mr. Trump had blown away his challengers for the nomination, oh yes, he blew them away. Ho ha ha ha. Even the, badly bifurcated crap news. It has to admit that Trump blew his challengers the freak away. Mr. McCain came behind the Republican Party's choice. Just before the 2016 election, a video recording surfaced of Mr. Trump making graphic and obscene remarks about women. Oh, but no videos emerged of Joe Biden doing anything graphic and obscene. Nope, not one. Not even one. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did exist. but rags like the BBC don't want to publish that. In the video, Mr. Trump said, "You can do anything to women when you're a star," and then bragged about trying to grope and kiss women. Oh, so you've forgotten about the grab 'em by the pussy part, the part that Joe Biden was actually doing to military wives in front of their husbands and their children. Are you low information Joe Biden voters? How would you like to vote for the guy who right in front of you reached into your wife's pants and grabbed her vagina? I think you would want to kill that person. I think you would want to take them out back and beat them with a 2x4 until they stop moving. Let's keep it real, man. When somebody touches your wife, you want to kill him. But this is the things that Joe Biden did, and this is the things that the mainstream news doesn't want to talk about. Don't talk about it. Just talk about Trump. Look how evil Trump is. Oh my God, this is what Muslims coming here. Oh, get this crazy man out of the White House. or read McCarran Walter's Act of 1959. And then cope. However you cope. Mr. McCain swiftly withdrew his support, saying Mr. Trump should suffer the consequences of his remarks. Oh, yeah. But John McStain shouldn't suffer the consequences of, all his problems, all his weaseling his way into our government, knowing full well he's the agent of a foreign power, the nation of Pislam. Yes. He's an agent of a foreign power. And under United States law, he is not allowed in this country. You go to a Muslim country, if you're a non-Muslim, you become a kafir. If you come to this country, likewise, the roles are reversed. If you come to this country and you're a Muslim, well, if I went to your country, I would be considered a kafir. So the roles are perfectly reversed. Cope. Like I would have to cope in your country. Donald Trump's behavior makes it impossible to continue to offer even conditional support for his candidacy. We don't need your support. You're already in the ground. He said at the time, saying there was no excuse, and that he alone bears the burden of his conduct. Oh, the salt, the tears. But the win. No woman should ever be